plan B. He says, what do you think? I said, we've got to have a plan B. Pilots have got to have plan B. He said, well, what do you think? I said, I'm going to get hold of Viv, because I used to fly into the country next door. They all know me, and she can talk to our agents there and see if they can come up with something. And believe it, in the middle of this chaos, you take out a cell phone and you go click, 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 and they go bang straight through to Libya. I said, it's gone bad. There's no fuel. Everything's gone bad except the hotel I'm staying in. And my shirt is now completely finished. It's just, I'm now down to my second dirtiest shirt, you know, because I had my kit with me. And I said, no, I've got to do something. Viv comes back a bit late and she says, I don't know, I've got to explain something to you. A mokoro. A mokoro is a dugout canoe. The real thing. She said, Monique, that was the girl that worked in South Africa anyway, she said, don't worry, tell Captain Don, the worst comes to the worst, I'll get a mokoro to cross the river and pick him up. I'm an airline captain, I'm going to be in a dugout canoe in a river that's full of crocodiles. Co-pilot says, forget about it, I'm not getting in that thing. He said, there's crocodiles in the river. I said, what do you think? There's rebels here and there's crocodiles there. Pick one. Just pick one. Let's get out of here. Pick one. So he says, no, please. When you get down there, he said, the rebels will be there. They'll probably rob us before we get in the Mokoro. When we get the other side, if we get there, we'll go through the same nonsense there. I said, okay. But that is plan B. He said, well, what's plan A? I said, get fuel and get our aeroplane. He said, but you'll never get 14 tons. I said, no, I want 2 tons because I'm going to get this thing airborne and land next door. He says, okay. So I said to Viv, tell them, can they handle it? She said, yes. Do not use a call sign. Tell them it's you. The air traffic control remembers you when you flew in there in the old days with SAA. We're on to coming here now, day 4. And we're scared, we're worried now. Air France comes in. They're taking out the last of the diplomatic people. The families are going. And there's a big Russian IL-76 that is only used Friday to Sunday. It goes over to Paris and brings back all the luxury items that the political folks use in their daily living there. And I saw that one loading up with people and it went and it wasn't Friday. I know the end is near. I go to Air France, get on board and I said, guys, this is the guy. And I pulled the ace. In 1969 I was in the West Indies. I worked for a guy at DC3. He leased the aeroplane to Air France on weekends to fly the tourists around. I was issued with a French validation of my British ALTB. And I had my ID flying for Air France. So the guy said, terrific, hello mon capitaine. I said, guys, I'm in deep, deep trouble. I need 2 tons. I sat and talked. They said, we can squeeze 2,000 litres, about 1.7, 1.8 tons. I said, please, please. They said, right. You're coming in tomorrow, that's going to be the final load. Out of here, we have emergency fuel. I'm going to bring it to the aeroplane, but we'll stick it into your plane. I said, thank you so much. We go back that night, things are not getting any better. In fact, they're getting a lot worse. So we've got to find a taxi with gasoline, get to the hotel, and I said, right, this is it. Get through to Viv, and I said, we'll let you know, go or no go, whether we can go. She said, SAA in Kinshasa is set up. It's the Mokoro, or they're going to hear you when you take off, if you can get off. I said, don't worry. So we get there now and we say, right, short of their word, the French guys were fabulous. When they got in the afternoon, we were there all day. We weren't going anywhere. So as soon as they got in, we went out and they brought up this tiny little Bowser. And it had the fuel in, they said, put it into the 737. I said, I owe you one, thanks guys. 2,000 litres, and the little Bowser went away. It's getting late, it's getting dark, and there's lots of shooting now. The place has gone mad. The army is mutilating. The streets are full of these soldiers. I don't know who's who. I'm just being nice to everyone. Hello, hi guys, it's nice here, right? You know? And I get to the hotel and I thought, oh boy, I said, I've got to be out of here before daybreak. And we send through the message to her, we're going to try and get the aeroplane. Now, we don't know what's going on, because under normal circumstances, they're very friendly, the ATC, everyone's fine. I don't know what these rebels are going to do, because now they're close. Next morning, we went out to the airport, and old Chris Rossman, who doesn't want to even know about the crocodiles and that, goes there to put in the flight plan. He's told to bugger off, you see. And he says to me, oh, those aren't the normal people there. I thought, oh my God, here we go. I said, okay, Chris, there's no way I'm going to take off into wind, because that's where the rebels are coming from. They're coming from the southwest. I'm going to take off downwind, it's just the two of us. And I'm just going to stay over the trees, over the river, and go and land. He said, fine. I said, I want another 1,000 feet of runway. So we're here, here's the parking area, French airport, they don't have taxiways, just got their own. And over here is a little bit of a freight apron. So I said, we're going to go onto the runway, we're going to turn towards the freight apron. Hopefully there's not going to be any interference, we'll turn around and just go. He said, right. We get in, fire up the engines, and I'm just thinking, boy, we called ATC, and we said, we've been told, in English, to move it to the freight apron. They're going, I can see these aren't the air traffic control. Actually, these were rebel guys that had grabbed the tower. So I just started taxiing. We get onto the runway and we turn, and out of the corner of my eyes, I see a Jeep coming out there with guys there with AK Kalashnikovs on it. I thought, yep, here we go. So he goes and stops in front of me. Thank you. The good Lord's looking after me, because I need the runway behind me, not that. So we wave and we say, we want to go there. Go back. And he said, right. I said, ready, Chris? He said, right. I said, 10 flap, turn round, max. Well, the story afterwards was the two guys in the Jeep got blown out the back. And the Jeep went sort of higgledy into the bush. Anyway, by the time they got to their rifles, my gear was up and I was gone. So we went herring out over the river. Now we're in another country now. And poof, up we go. And I said, brother, it's Captain Don Burnette. Hello, Cappy. I said, are you expecting? Yeah, we're expecting you. I said, what's my position? They said, there's two in front of you and a 3 to land. I said, boy, music. So we did the 270, lined up, landed, and then the words. He said, Cappy, that's not an SAA aeroplane. I said, no, but it is me. I'll explain everything. It was beautiful. We landed 45 minutes, had 14.5 tons of fuel. We took off, and that evening I spent at home with him. So there it is, a hot day, a hot night.
Thank you, Don.